All right, when you are all done, you will have gone through a bunch of locations, and all of these cards would have been flipped over and gone to Isoki if they were good, and they would have been put aside if they were bad. And then it's about redoing the box and reordering it. So one of the first things we have to remember is we're taking out level 0 Banes. So if any of these Banes were level 0, that one's not, that one's not, that one's not. Ooh, that's a tough one. That one's not, it's a barrier 2. Look at the printed, not the one in the corner. Sometimes they're different. The printed one is correct. And, ooh, barrier 3. So none of these would go away, they'd all get put back in. If they went away, you'd go into the box and look for the tab that says removed from game. It's just behind the special. So far, no cards removed from game because this is the first time you could do that. You can also take a look at the items and decide whether you want to keep them in rotation or not. Only if they're level 0. This says 0 up here, but follow the printed, it's a level 1. So it has to stay. Bismarck Priest, level 1, that has to stay. Level 3, that has to stay. And level 0, maybe you're like, ugh, Reason Plea, who even wants that? That's a level 0. I want the better blessings. So you can go in and put this in the section marked removed from game. That means from now on, you're gonna run into blessings that are level higher because the 0s will go out. So the lowest level, after a while, would only be level 1. Gives you a better chance of finding good stuff. What do I do with these cards that I've got rid of? Well, the barriers would go back in the barrier section. So there's 2 ways to do this. If you want to keep the table clean during the game instead of it being all messy, you can go ahead to the barrier section. Remember, facing away from you is already shuffled and randomized. Facing towards you is too high for you, levels to come. So I could actually go back to all the higher level stuff and then put these away from me cards back there. That way, when I get to the end of all of these away from me cards, and I would know that because the only thing left was facing me, I know that it's time. Oh man, there's a lot more cards than I thought. Where are these? There we go. Now I know I'm all done. That would be the last barrier that's randomized, and then I get here. So I could then come to the ones that are facing away from me, shuffle all those, and put them back right here. And so that's how we clean up at the end of the game. All right? That way, the next time you have a completely randomized section. So this game does involve a lot of shuffling, as you've probably noticed. As we go through here, we did say in the other support cards, you'll see your stuff that's in the guild house. You'll go through and you'll see your stuff that is in the strong box, and then you'll see Isoki, your DM cards, and then the cards that you're really not supposed to know about, okay? Should probably give you some hints on the cards you're not supposed to know about. So I saw here, this is a 481, your reward is 1 HP, no big deal, you know how to do that. So let's go ahead and look through our specials. I flipped through, I want the 4A section. This is 4A2. Reward, 250 gold. You know how to do that. Since it doesn't say per person, that does mean it's for the group. Drop that in. 4A3, reward, 1 HP. Nice, we go up another level at scenario 3. But here we have loot, armor, assassin's armor, item, Mask of Norgorber. That's a fun one to say. So if you go to the other support cards, and that stuff you're not supposed to know about, will be the loot cards. So there's a DM card. Kanta Elvignon, you chose not to get her as an ally. She is lost from the game forever. But this is a Mask of Norgorber, which means somebody, usually the person who defeated the scenario, will get this as a loot card. Also, there was an assassin's armor. It's going to be in here as well. There is the assassin's armor. So the person who defeated the scenario gets the assassin's armor. Do they have to keep it? Nope. They could give it to a partner. They could sell it. They could sell it to a partner. They could do whatever they want with it. But since it does not say it's a talisman, that means it would count as an armor. So they can only keep it if their hand size allows. Let's go ahead and look back at that Mask of Norgriber. That is also an item, not a talisman. So that means you can only keep it if your hand size allows. So either you have to get rid of another item or give it to someone else to make life easier. I'm gonna move this vial backwards. So the first two loots you run into are the ones you want to run into. I think that's pretty straightforward. Let's go ahead and look at what else 4A has in store for you. That was 3 that had the Mask of Norgriber. 4, 300 gold for the party. Choose a type of boon, except loot, and draw a level 4 card of that type. So everyone would get to choose their type. Someone says, I want weapons. You'd go and pull a random weapon card. If it's a level 4, you keep it. If it's not, put it towards the back so you don't do it again. And then draw the next one. And keep drawing until you find a 4. And that's how you would do that. Okay. I don't think you'll get much beyond that. And I don't think I'm going to be available for questions. So the other advice I would give is go ahead and role play decisions. You know the basic rules. You know what the DM card says to do. You're not allowed to do anything that your card doesn't let you do. If 2 cards are in conflict, the one that says you cannot do something wins. If cards are in conflict, then scenario cards beat the adventure rules and locations beat the scenario. Or maybe that's reversed. Actually, forget I said any of that, because I don't know if that's true. If the rules are in conflict, role play it out and see what happens. That's safe. All right, love you guys. Have fun.